So hello and welcome back to These Coins and Banknotes, and in today's video we are looking at the 1927 Australian halfpenny. So this is not really a penny that celebrates any certain year, and a lot of the coins you're going to get are in this grade that you can see here, pretty well circulated. And I've got these on top of a £1 banknote, so that's just the backdrop. And I'll remove that. I use that mainly for photos. They're usually worth about $20 £1. So the 1927 penny had a minted, or halfpenny should I say, was part of the long reign of halfpennies that had the effigy of King George V. So these were minted from 1911 to 1936. So that's 25 years these were minted for. And as you can see, this one's probably lost in the ground sometime. There's a lot of toning on the actual coin. And you see the toning's not well spread. It's in the center. So it might have been on some type of damp soil or whatever. Anyway, I'm just making stuff up anyway. So this coin has a mintage of 3,072,000, which is in the mid-range of halfpenny mintages, because they range from 15,000 for 1923, and if we remove that one, roughly 682,000 1924 to about 6,924,000 for 1922. So that's the most common of this variety of coin. And when I mean variety, I'm just talking about the denomination. Don't get upset with me. Anyway, so we have a lot of errors that you can find this coin. Most of them are going to be die cracks, cuds, and parts of missing letters, which you can find on any date. So look for those on any date. So there's nothing very specific for this coin. And this side was designed by James Blakemore, and the effigy was designed by Edgar McKinnon. So that, and how you grade these coins, how a lot of people grade these coins, is we have diamonds and denticles. So here's a diamond, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and we've got dots. I call them denticles. So you've got 2 here, got 2 here, should have 2 here, but these ones are usually the first ones to be worn. You've got 2 here, so you've got 8. So I can see 6 of 8, so that makes it pretty good, very fine coin. And this one, I can see, yeah, the same 6 of 8, but the toning's a lot worse than on that one. Toning on this one's pretty well dispersed, so it's quite a nice toning on this coin. Okay, so really the only 2 errors or varieties that you're going to find for this coin that are specific to this date are the misshapen misshapen O should I say, and also the raised 7. So this is the raised 7 here, and it's tilted to the right. So, but that is very common, and I'm wondering if the non-tilted 7 is actually the scarce coin. So this is actually the fairly common, and the misshapen 0 is scarce according to Renix. So we go look at this one. Yeah, these look like pretty normal zeros, and this one also has the raised and tilted 7. So what we're looking for is just the 7 without the tilt. And basically, if we can zoom in, okay, the zoom function on these coins is not that good, so just bring it in and we'll see if there's any other type of errors that you can find on this coin. Now I don't see any breaks in the actual lettering. Rex, so the end points towards in between identicals. So that's pretty good. As far as I know, there's no London or Indian obversus for this coin. So that we won't even worry about that type of variety. And on this side, the actual gunk on it makes it look like a bit doubling in a specific light. So that looks like a die crack, but when you tilt it, it's just been scratched. And also we've got dots in there, so that's pretty much just corrosion. But this is the best coin I do have, and basically there's nothing else that I can see with this coin. And it's end point towards identical in between. Okay, I just need to get better light, and both of these ends point in between denticals, so I've just had to clean that a bit. So there's no varieties that I can see there. Anyway, okay, so this is the specifications of the coin. So 1/480th of a pound. So you need 480 coins to equal 1 pound. As you can see, it's all bronze, 5.67 grams, 25.5 millimeters, and the thickness is 1.7. So there will be a variation in the weight. This usually tolerance about 5 to 10% as far as I know. And these were minted in, if you go down, they're minted in Melbourne. So 1927 seem to be all minted in Melbourne. You also got proof ones, which a lot of people like to claim that they have, but they don't. Because proof coins are minted a specific way and they look pretty different. And as you can see so they had a large mintage from 1916 to 22. Then the mintage just dropped off because they had enough coins. And this is the Roaring 20s, so this is the boom time. And then we had the Great Depression, 28, 29, in which coin mintages dropped off and then it slowly rose again. So anyway, you can go to eBay and check for coins. So I've got these the lowest. So the lowest you're going to pay is $1. But really, on eBay, it's just not worth selling anything for less than $5. The fees just stack up too much. Over $5, the 30 cents is diluted. That's how much you pay per listing when that sells. So, as you can see, there's quite a lot. How many coins are there on? It's 203. 1927 pennies. That's how common they are. And yeah, obviously there's some other ones, but skip those, probably about 150 or whatever. As you can see, most of them are in pretty poor condition. And you got bulk lots, most of them are Australians, but it does include some UK ones which shouldn't be in there, but well. Let's see what they sell for. So sold items. Yeah, $2.50 in pretty good condition. And yeah, this one's got the tilted 7, so we're not looking for that. We're looking for one without the tilted 7. Okay, that still has tilted 7. Yeah, tilted. So it looks like what we're looking for is pretty much, yeah, that's also got a, okay, yep, raised and tilted. So it looks like we're gonna struggle to get one that's not raised and tilted. Maybe this one? Okay. Okay, so this one looks like it's in the correct position. Doesn't look raised or tilted. So that one is what we're looking for. And this one sold for, oh, yeah. So is there any more? Okay, this one had a die crack. And both of them are die cracked there, but both of them are raised and tilted. Okay, let's check some other ones. Raised and tilted. Looks the same. Okay, so that's basically what we're looking for in these coins. You look for basically this coin, and damn, I missed it. But it's even in pretty good condition. So this will be classed as the scarcest of the actual coin lots, which makes it worth a bit more than the actual raised and tilted 7 coin. So I hope this helps you with your Australian halfpennies. Let me know what your 1927 halfpenny is, and have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. Okay, just for fun, we looked at 1927, what happened in Australia. So our Prime Minister was Stanley Bruce, and then you got the Governor Generals, so Wikipedia is actually quite good. And the only 2 important things that I think did happen, general elections happen every 3-4 years, so they don't really change that much, the Australian society. Over the long term they do, but in 3 years, no. Okay, Australian Council of Trade Unions is formed at the All Australian Trade Union Congress, so that was important, that united the actual trade unions. And Parliament House was moved to Canberra. And an interesting thing, so there was a ship or a ferry sunk, which was like the Hong Kong one that sunk a few years ago. A few people died, this killed 40 people. But the interesting thing is this pitch drop experiment. So that's it. So you got pitch, and they're doing an experiment where they put in a flask. Oh, I can't remember. Okay. And they're checking to see its viscosity, because it is a liquid but it looks like a solid, and it's dropping. And here's a drop, and here's what's dropped down, and usually it forms a drop every 10 to 15 years. And here's a guy I overlooked it, he passed away. And this, okay, if you can go down, and it has a list. So at the start there was 1 drop every 8 years, bit over. And as the experiments gotten on, they've become a lot more spaced. So now it's 13 years, and probably be 14, 15 years for the next one. That could be because there's a less actual mass up the top pushing it down, or maybe it could be a chemical change in the actual pitch itself, but I'm not too sure on this. And if you go down to the links, so you can go to an actual watching it live. So, and this is pretty interesting. So it's loading, and this is it. So here's the previous pitch. Looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever. And they're still probably slowly coagulating to form a large mass down below. And here we have the actual drop forming. So that's pretty interesting. And this has got the date and the time, and you can view full screen. And then we have something up there, it's probably just information. So you can actually view it on this side. There's a camera here, so your head gets in the way. And basically that's pretty much it. So I hope this helps you for coin and banknote, and any science experiment. You can actually probably do this at home. Anyway, thank you very much. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. And thank you to the University of Queensland for having this live stream.